out there tonight? Welcome to the Higher Frequency. I am your host, Mike Booth. Lord have mercy. It is August 29th, 2025. Right now for me, it is 3:45 in the morning. The world has lost its mind. I don't know what's going on with these mass shootings or why it just keeps happening, but it's just getting more and more and more and more, and it's just going to just keep going, and it's frustrating to see it. We had this really cool guy that I worked with recently, and I won't mention his name, but yeah, like, I think when somebody gets really disturbed, or they get to the point where they just feel like nobody is on their side, or they just feel like there's nobody they can talk to, sometimes those are the moments when you can make a rash decision that just can make or break everything. And it sucks that the world is just so unforgiving sometimes when it comes to things. And when you're young, I think a lot of people feel like the world is on their shoulders and they got nowhere to turn, and there's just nobody to talk to. And you kind of feel like you have to do everything yourself. And I just don't want people to feel that way. I wish that there was a way that they could like realize that the world will get better if people work at it. And it's just, you have to hold on. You have to go one more day, even if everything around you is just all bad. I mean, it just, you just have to hang on one more day. Taking somebody else's life or taking your own life just is not, it's not the answer, and it's not going to help anything. It's just going to make everything worse for those who are left behind. And, yeah, just, lately it's just been eating me up. I mean, every time I turn on the news, this is all I see. And it's getting to the point where, I can completely understand people having, upset feelings for what's going on in the world, but to take somebody else's life over a situation that, quite frankly, leaders need to step up and make. I would like to say that there was just a simple cure-all answer for this, but I just feel like leaders need to step up, and they need to put in the time now, instead of blaming who's at fault, blaming a gun company, blaming everyone else but the person who was psychologically disturbed. Like, this person, I won't just say needed help, but I will say that this person needed someone. There had to have been signs somewhere that this person needed help. And I think back to my work right now. We had a young man who was amazing, super good worker. I mean, he went ahead of his, the kid was really young, and grown man, but he was really young. And he took his own life, and the signs that something was wrong and that something was distressing him wasn't quite visible to anyone. We all talked to him. The last thing I remember saying to him was how much of a good job he did. I could at least think of the positive notes. The kid was amazing. He was super cool. He was friendly. He was real nice, hard worker. I don't know. I don't like to think that, I don't like to think that, you're going to talk highly about somebody when they're gone, but you wouldn't have talked highly about them when they were here. I completely went out of my way to check on lots of people at my work. I go out of my way to make sure that people are doing good. I routinely try to let people know how proud I am of them and that they're doing a great job. And, it gets to you sometimes. You get to the point where you feel like everything that you do just doesn't get acknowledgement from the people who actually have the power to make things a little better. And I mean, I'm just a nobody, but like at times I feel like, just a simple word of encouragement sometimes can change things. But in this case, it was not enough. I mean, I didn't see anything that led me to believe that he would hurt himself or anyone else. I mean, he seemed like just a normal person. Didn't. It just sucks. It sucks really bad to lose somebody that was really cool. And, you had a lot of people that were rooting for him. And now that he's gone, the workplace feels very dark for a minute there. It was like it's just mournful, And just recently um, we had another mass shooter in Minneapolis who shot up a church, and you'll hear a lot of people in the next coming days talking about his gender or what was or wasn't between his legs or her legs. I don't know. I feel like the relevant part of this isn't anything to do with that. The relevant part of this is that this was a disturbed person who needed assistance. Somebody needed to look and notice that this person was disturbed and say, hey, look, this needs to be checked out. I mean, just checking on each other from time to time can really do a lot. I mean, I'm not going to say that it would have saved any of these lives because I'm not a God. I can't tell you that that's what that would do, but I just think that, human capacity for caring is, it's within our reach, and we do have the ability to like care for one another. So to like talk to somebody, to just say, hey, listen, how's your day going? Sometimes that could mean the world. That could mean life or death. You don't even know the kind of kind words that you can do, like what it can do to change somebody's outlook for the day. And yeah, I wanted to get on here so I could like just talk about this because this is it's ridiculous to me. I mean, this person went to a church and shot 116 rounds into a church. Think about that for a minute. Like, you went to a place where people were praying because the world is already just beating us up. And this guy goes to this church and he shoots 116 rounds. I mean, during a mass held inside the church of the Catholic school in Minneapolis, gunmen, I'm not even going to say his name, opened fire through the windows, resulting in the death of 2 children and injuring like 17 others. You'll hear a lot of people say that, a gun ban will fix what's broken. And, I'm 100% certain that a church is a no gun zone. So having gun zone laws doesn't stop mass shootings. Just letting that out there. Like, I mean, you could pretty much clearly see that right now. And I mean, you can see that this is literally being talked about by the left, and it's talked about by the center, and it's talked about by the right. So everybody's talking about this right now, and I think you're going to hear a lot of people give their opinion, their 2 cents on what caused this person to do that, whether he was trans, whether he was just, the bottom line is that this was a sick individual that opened fire on a church, and he fired 116 times. I mean, I think with a person like this, you could fairly say that it wouldn't have really mattered what he had a hold of. The dude could have had a rock in his hand, and he would have tried to have killed 116 people with a rock. I think that everybody needs to understand that this is what we're dealing with. And I don't think that there's any amount of laws that we make or banning of certain weapons that's going to stop any of this. I mean, by all means, if you want to blame the gun, that's entirely your right to do so. I think that we're trying to put a Band-Aid on a problem that is clearly in need of like surgery, or clearly in need of more attention than this. And you got a lot of people who are just blaming everything but the real problems. And I mean, it all starts with just common courtesies and decencies. And I feel like these news reporters are sensationalizing news to try to make people more angry at other people. So that way we're going to turn on each other, and we're just going to start open fire on everyone. So right now, more than anything, you're going to see a lot more hate for trans people. And, it's just ridiculous. I mean, you have a clearly deranged person who thought it was okay to go and shoot up a church. And I mean, before you go, spreading your hate and, thinking about, oh yeah, I hate this and this and this, just think about that for a second. I mean, this is a guy who went to a place that's specifically for praying. Like they were there praying because the world is just that ate up. And the one safe place they thought they had was shot 116 times. And clearly, I'm not advocating violence, and I'm definitely not advocating that, oh, God should have smited them and all this other stuff. Right now I'm angry. I'm frustrated at the world. I feel like, I made this channel, The Higher Frequency, because I wanted to see more uplifting things, and I wanted to try to be a better change. Like, I don't think there's a lot of people that care anymore. I mean, that's where we're at right now. Just what do you care about? I'd like to say that there's an answer to this, but realistically, I don't see one. This is heartbreaking. I couldn't imagine waking up and it being one of my kids that were shot, and putting yourself in their shoes. And, my kids still, I got a son who's still going to school, and, he lives in California, and I don't get to see him much. And that breaks my heart. I worry about him all the time. It's like, I had a horrible childhood growing up. I moved around a lot, had to deal with a lot, but gun violence like that wasn't, it was there, but it wasn't like that. It just wasn't like that. You just didn't have people just, there was church bombings back then when I was a kid, and I did hear about stuff like that, but it wasn't close to home like it is now. Like, everything is close to home now. You walk outside, and that's all you see is just, the world being its fun self, I guess. But social media is just, it's amping it up. Social media is driving this horrible thing. Like, I don't even know what you would want to call it. Social media is going out of its way to make people hate each other. I fully hold you kind of accountable right this second for inciting this and not, you know, curbing this. I mean, you have the ability, you have the power to curb this hate that we're seeing right now, but instead you're just letting it roam free, and it's like, I can understand some of it. Like, I think, we live in the United States, and you have the right to say whatever you want to. That's we grew up, sticks and stones may break our bones, but words will never hurt us. We grew up in that time frame, and I think that the world has lost that outlook. And now you can get canceled for just about anything. You've got people on social media that can't even say suicide. They have to say unalived. And I just think it's stupid. It's ridiculous that we can't even voice our own opinions without somebody feeling like they have the nerve to cancel somebody. Cancel me. I don't care. These people are dying, and you're worried about saying it the correct or PC way. Like, I don't care. I'm just so tired of people's fake care. Like, you go out of your way. Oh, we're worried about the kids. Are you? Are you worried about the kids? Because I don't feel like that's your main concern. You're blaming guns. You're blaming the left. You're blaming the right. You're blaming everybody. You're blaming trans. You're blaming all this other crap, but you're not caring. You just don't care. And I don't know. I'm not saying, hey, I'm better or any of this crap. I'm not trying to like put myself above anybody. Like, I'm in the shit. We live in this world together. And I just, it starts with just us acknowledging, hey guys, like, how are you doing? Being civil. I understand that you might have a different belief than me. You might have a different religion. You might have a different everything. That's good. That's what makes this world fun and different. It's like, it's not bland and just, I'm frustrated, and I'm a little heartbroken, and I don't think I really want to say much more than that. I'm going to let the day's pain just kind of wash over me, because I can't do anything. I feel helpless. I have my little podcast where I can talk, but there's not much I can do as far as trying to heal a world that's, it's hurt. It wants to cry out. The world just is crying out for help, and nobody is there to help us. Like, it just feels so bad sometimes. And I don't want people to feel like that. I don't want to feel like that. No matter how bad your life is going, I wake up every morning. Things are, trying to be better. Like, I work hard. I come home. I've got a little place to myself to just sit and think about things and read. But realistically, I mean, pray. I mean, that's all we can do. I mean, these people were praying, and they died right there on the spot. I don't know what to say to that. Like, I'm angry. I'm angry at God for not intervening. I'm angry that nothing that we say is going to change anything. I can sit here and I can speak until I'm blue in the face, and probably nobody's even going to watch this video, but I don't care. I'm sorry I couldn't be the happy guy today. It's just a rough day. With that, I'm gonna leave you guys. I'm sorry. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video. If you get a chance, say something in the comments. If you see me out and about, say hi. I promise I'll check on you. I'll say hi. I'll see how you're doing if I see you. So maybe at least we can do that one small gesture to change some things. If not, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. With that, I'm gonna call this a day. Peace.